welcome to my solo guide for Heist Battleground Moon Grandmaster. I'll be going over my strats and tips that I used first, and then some loadouts that would go great in this GM. Spawning in, I kill everything from a distance where I'm standing at right now. After I've killed most of these adds, I move to the right side and up the hill. This part has some really good cover, high ground, and is far enough away from the laser tower. The first artifact has 3 barriers. The second artifact has the Death Tongue ad spawn and 3 barriers, and the final artifact has 2 barriers, 1 unstop, and a night boss. After defeating everything, the tower laser deactivates. You're going to drop down, and after you've done that, you can actually invis through all of these ads until you get to the ghost room. If you don't have invis, you're going to have to kill all the ads. Once you get to the ghost room, kill the ads in the previous room if you invis through them just in case, because they tend to push down to the door. There are 3 phases of this room. In the first phase and second phase, 2 unstoppables spawn, and in the third one, 1 unstop and 1 abomination boss spawn in. Kill all the ads inside the room and activate your ghost to start searching. Quite a few ads will spawn all around the room. You need to stay inside the room for as long as you can until the 2 unstops spawn in. When they do, they will deactivate the ghost. I personally went invis most of the time, or you can go down the ramp for some safety, but ads do push up. You could also go back outside the door for safety and cover, but this also deactivates the ghost, so only do that for emergencies. When the unstops spawn in, I went back out the door and killed ads and damaged the unstops little by little. Be careful with the snipers that keep respawning after some time. The unstops always like to hang around the ghost. After the unstops are gone, reactivate the ghost and repeat the same thing for phase 2. Phase 3 is a bit different as it spawns in a mini-boss. The mini-boss does push pretty close to the door and if killed, respawns after some time as well. Once that unstop is dead, reactivate your ghost one more time to finish. Pass through the lasers and into the vault door area. If you want, you can destroy the vault door by picking up the top and the right artifact, which will give you an ammo box and no champions. Or you can jump up to the top and wait out the timer. Waiting out the timer means there will be no ammo box and a barrier and unstop that spawn. And remember to use the ladder to climb up. In the boss room, there are 2 different ways to do it, the non-cheese strat and the cheese strat. First, for the non-cheese strat, you will use the 2 corners closest to spawn that have an elevation for cover. The boss will not push, but some ads might. When starting the encounter, you'll get the boss and a few ads you need to kill. Take advantage of running from left to right corner when needed. The boss and a few ads snipe, and some throw grenades as well that hurt quite a lot. The enemies actually spawn in every 1/10 of damage you do on a boss. If the boss's health reaches that half point, you will get ads, 2 unstoppables in the middle, and 3 captains. The captains do push on the platform as well as the smaller ads. You can actually kill one of the captains, so you only have 2 running around instead of 3. The boss still snipes as well, but him and the unstoppables only stay in the middle area. Kill the ads first and then the unstoppables. Once the unstops are dead, you can start turning in the arc charges, and every time that you do, you will get another round of ads spawning in, as well as the captain that will respawn every time you kill it. Repeat that 5 total times and you'll then get into phase 2 of boss damage. This time you will get more ads every so often than before. Screeps included. There are always 2 screeps that spawn, so be careful on them blowing up anywhere near you. Repeat doing damage and killing enemies until you kill the boss. Now for the chase strat, all you need to do is jump on the left or right side pipes by spawn and walk up to the ceiling area. Up here you have a good platform to stand on and areas to peek down for ad clear and damage. You can spend as much time as you need up here until you get to the arc charges. You can clear the entire room until you need to pick up an arc charge to turn it in. You can then run back up to the ceiling to repeat the process. After the arc charges, you can continue doing boss damage until he's dead. Keep in mind, do not walk to the orange light as that will insta-kill you. Now we're going to go over some loadouts. I'll include 1 loadout for each character, but feel free to get creative. My number 1 loadout on a hunter is my invisibility build. This comes in clutch on getting out of situations or skipping enemies. I use Graviton Forfeit build, which makes your invis last 2 seconds longer. While you are invis, it gives 100 recuff and reload speed, and your melee recharges faster. For stats, you want 100 resilience and super high mobility and strength. Mobility is your dodge and strength is your melee, which means you kind of want those numbers to be somewhat even to chain it better. For subclass, you can use your preferred super, marksman dodge because of the quick base cooldown, preferred jump, snare bomb for invis, and vortex grenade. My aspects are vanishing step, which allows you to go invis on dodge, and trapper's ambush, which allows you to do quick fall for invis. It also makes your team members invis in case you're running teams. For fragments, I use obscurity to go invis on finishers, echo of persistence to have longer invis and devour, undermining to weaken enemies with my grenade, and starvation, which gives me devour when picking up an orb. Next, we have the Warlock build. I'll be going over a Void build with Controverse holds, which gives you damage resist while charging your grenade, and returns grenade energy on hit. The stats you want is 100 resilience, 100 discipline, and super high recovery. For subclass, your preferred super, healing rift, your preferred jump, pocket singularity, and vortex grenade. The aspects are feed the void, which gives you devour on void ability kills, and Chaos Accelerant to allow you to overcharge your grenade, making it more powerful. The fragments are Remnants for longer lasting grenade, Undermining to weaken adds with grenade, Obscurity to go invis on finishers, and Starvation to get Devour when picking up orbs. Then these are all the artifact mods I use, and here are all the armor mods that I currently have equipped. Lastly, Titan. For Titan, I would use Arc with Heart of Inmost Light chest piece, which after using one ability empowers the other two by faster regen, melee and grenades do more damage, and barricades take more hits. For subclass, preferred super, thruster, preferred jump, thunderclap, and pulse nade. The aspect are Touch of Thunder to create ionic traces with your grenade and increases damage over time, and Knockout, which increases your melee range and damage after wounding an enemy, and when defeating adds with your melee starts your health regeneration. For fragments, I use Resistance to be more resistant to damage when surrounded, Spark of Ions creates ionic traces when defeating a jolted target, Shock, your grenades jolt enemies, and Magnitude for a longer lasting grenade. Here are my artifact mods that I use, and these are all the armor mods that I have on my build. There are definitely more creative builds that are great in this GM, but I wanted to give one build of each character that I think are great. Thank you all so much for watching my solo guide, and if you happen to have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll either see you in my next Twitch stream or on another YouTube video. Bye!